Good evening, everyone. My name is Cindy Robertson. I get to chair this awesome group of individuals known as the Human Relations Council for Anderson County. Right now, I would like to invite to the podium Miss Dr. Beatrice Thompson. She is one of our Anderson City Council, and she's the director of the Westside Community Center.
What a wonderful crowd out there tonight. And what a blessing to have you here at the Westside Community Center. So tonight, on behalf of the Anderson City Council, our mayor and council members, and also on behalf of our chairman of the Westside Community Center, Mr. Willie Hatton, and the board of directors of the Westside Community Center, I am so honored to be here tonight to welcome you to our facility tonight and to join you in your annual commemoration and presentation of the Cory White Diversity Award. Let's give up a big hand for that. Now, I applaud the members of the Anderson County Human Relations Council for this outstanding recognition in honor of the memory of Cory Scott White, who exemplified in his life as a role model for diversity and acceptance of everyone. Let's give that a big hand. So again, we thank you for coming here. We're pleased to have you come. We welcome you, so have a wonderful evening.
On behalf of the Anderson County Human Relations Council, I'd like to welcome you to the annual Cory White Diversity Award Dinner. This award was established to remember the student designer of our current HRC logo displayed on the table in front of you. Cory passed away before being formally recognized for his design, but left a legacy of caring for others. I would like to thank Scott and Patty White for supporting this event throughout the years. Congratulations to the students who were selected by their teachers and or staff for their acceptance of others, advocacy for what is right, promotion of diversity within the school community. These students have distinguished themselves for the character traits that make our community a more welcoming place for all, and we salute them. At this time, I would like to welcome Mr. Seth Ridley, Assistant to the Anderson County Administrator, to the podium to introduce our keynote speaker.
Thanks, Cindy. My name is Seth Ridley, and I work for Anderson County. Part of my job is to work with the Human Relations Council, and I'm honored they asked me to be part of the program and to introduce our keynote speaker who's standing right there. But before I do that, I want to recognize the Human Relations Council members. They're appointed by our county council, and they serve a vital role in the community. The focus of the event is always the outstanding kids being honored, as it should be. But if there were a Cory White Award for adults, every last one of the members of the HRC would be recipients themselves. I'd now like to introduce our speaker, though he really needs no introduction. Rusty Burns became Anderson County Administrator in April 2009, at a time when the Great Recession was in full swing, the economy was in free fall, and Anderson County in many ways was in turmoil. His extensive experience in economic development, city and regional planning, and expertise in public policy at various levels of government made him a natural choice for the job. By all accounts, however, even more than his professional experience, Mr. Burns' ability to foster cooperation and goodwill among various groups in the face of adversity made him truly born for a time such as this. Under Mr. Burns' leadership, according to the Wall Street Journal, Anderson County was one of the 7 counties nationwide to recover most quickly from the Great Recession. During his tenure, Anderson County has seen the most successful period for economic development and industrial recruitment in the history of Anderson County. He has also been a rock for all of us during the pandemic, and Mr. Burns, when he wasn't much older than many of our recipients tonight, graduated from Irmo High School and came up to Lander, where he studied history, and then Clemson, where he obtained a Master of City and Regional Planning. Rusty is the proud father of 3 daughters, and though he also has strong ties to the towns of Honeypath and Pendleton, he resides in Anderson with his wife, Kay. And now I'll turn it over to Anderson County Administrator Rusty Burns.
That introduction is going to be much longer than my speech. I remember as a young person sitting in a crowd like this, not getting an award, by the way, and thinking, I wish that old man would shut up. So I'm going to be very brief, but I do want to tell you this. This is one of the best nights of the year for us in Anderson County. It is absolutely one of the best because we are honoring the best in Anderson County. I read the students' nomination reports, and then I reread them, and then I reread them again. I'm supposed to give you an emotional speech telling you to do good and prosper and grow. You're the people who need to be up here telling us what to do. From people who are taking their time and their skills in American Sign Language to help others, to working with those who are physically impaired, for those who are reaching out to those people who aren't probably part of a clique or a club, who are nice to everybody, who takes care of everybody. Those are the people that we're honoring tonight. And I also want to have a wonderful word for the teachers who took the time to nominate these people. I mean, some of these people are not football stars or baseball stars or things like that, but to me, they're the stars of everything because what they do in their daily lives. We know that there's a lot of hate in the world these days. There's always been hate in the world. I guess we hear a lot more of it. But every one of these students is doing something to try to make this world a better place. And I hope that these people will stay here in Anderson County, and I hope they will all run for public office because this is a very diverse, wonderful group. And again, this just doesn't happen. You really have to thank the parents who encourage this behavior and model this behavior. And when I say parents, I mean grandparents, I mean guardians, I mean grandmothers. Thank God for my two grandmothers because they were my rocks and my pillars. But I mean, this is just wonderful. And enough of me and a whole lot more of y'all. Before I sit down, I want to introduce the Anderson County Council. Mr. Tommy Dunn's our chairman. Mr. Brett Sanders is our vice chairman. Mr. Glenn Davis is chairman of our Waste Management Committee, and he's in charge of picking up all the litter in Anderson County. So if you see a dirty street, you make sure you call him because he's trying his best to cure the litter problem in Anderson County. And Ms. B, thank you so much for letting us use your building tonight. It's always a pleasure to be in your company. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Burns, for your nice pep talk. And I think that everything that I was going to say, except the credentials of each of the students just about, has been said, which is fine. Let me think. Okay, one thing I was supposed to do, and I haven't done yet, is parents. Mr. Burns referred to what a great influence you are on your children, but we want to see you. So if you parents and guardians, will you please stand up? You know, as they say, the apple does not fall far from the tree. And so I am sure that you have been wonderful influences in your students' development to be such caring individuals. And I don't want to leave out your teachers, your principals, and your school people that have also had effect on you. So if you will stand, all school officials, please. Thank you. And I have to give a shout out to them because it's not an easy job for them to come and choose. It's not like they say, all right, we want John Jones to be our person. They have to fill out a blank, people. They have to fill out a written mini essay of why the student qualifies. So when I start reading the criteria and when I start reading what these students have done, you realize in many cases I've had to condense it. And they have taken even more effort than what I am able to say. So thank you. It is not an easy job. We could not do it without your cooperation. One common theme looking over this is service. And even though we're doing this Cory White based on advocacy, acceptance, inclusion, helping others, all these students, they serve in some way. And what a wonderful world if we all could follow their example. All right, our first recipient is Mason Bell. He's an 8th grader at Palmetto Middle. He serves in the peer integration program at Palmetto Middle, where he gives his pit pals the love and attention they need while pushing them to be their best selves. Whether one of his friends is nonverbal, using a device, or loves to talk, he goes out of his way to say hello to his friends throughout the community, communicating with them at their level and including them in opportunities that he seeks out. Our next recipient is Caden Landreth, 12th grade, Palmetto High School. Caden's compassion, patience, and love are evident every day at Palmetto High by the way she treats students with disabilities. She has served as a peer tutor for 3 years at Palmetto High School, working with students with moderate to severe intellectual disabilities, and has a heart for advocating and creating inclusive opportunities for students of all abilities, including initiating and helping plan with other students in the student body an inclusion prom for her students. Congratulations, Caden. Guadalupe Escobar is an 8th grade Powdersville Middle student. She's described as a model student when it comes to promoting cultural inclusion. She goes quietly out of her way to help an English language learner in one class and is always available to help peers in her math class. By not drawing attention to herself, she practices humility and selflessness and is always seeking out opportunities to help her fellow classmates. Congratulations, Guadalupe. Aiden Rueda, 12th grade, Powdersville High School. I probably mispronounced that last name, excuse me. Aiden has distinguished himself by making lasting friendships with students with disabilities. He goes out of his way to ensure they're noticed and included. They eat lunch together, and he chooses to stay on campus before leaving for early dismissal in order to continue to build those bonds of friendship. His inclusivity, acceptance, and kind demeanor are qualities that the Cory White Award seeks to honor. Congratulations, Aiden. And is Brianna Leonard not here? Okay, well, I'm going to tell you about her anyway. All right, she's a 12th grade Wren High School student, and she's a role model in advocating for diversity and inclusion at Wren. She has seen the need for mental health, and more specifically, teen suicide awareness. Through her leadership, she has brought together a diverse group of students consisting of members of the LGBTQ+ community, the African American community, the Hispanic community, and students of all genders to bring a suicide safety plan to Wren High School. This group has worked on several projects this year in hopes of spreading information and resources to combat the problem. Now that, people, is a good example of inclusion. And then we have here Kristian Freeman, and he's in 9th grade, currently at the Renaissance Academy, but obviously from District 1. Kristian exemplifies the foundational principles upon which the Cory White Award was constructed. His actions speak louder than his words. As a student ambassador, he treats all students the same and never chooses favorites. He treats everyone with respect and dignity, uplifts those around him simply by being kind, and treats others with worth. He does not pass judgment on others and accepts others for who they are. He is further described as, and I'm quoting people, exemplary, a step above, helpful to others, leaving a positive impact, and being a great role model for all the students at the Renaissance Academy. Congratulations, Kristian. All right, District 2. From Belton Middle School, we have Drashana Mims, who's in the 8th grade. Drashana shows exceptional character in all she does. She has a servant's heart and a cheerful disposition. Her kindness and empathy for others is contagious, making her a positive role model for other students. Her teachers describe her as a delight to have in the classroom, a student they have never seen being unkind to anyone. Congratulations, Drashana. Carly Murdoch is an 8th grade Honeypath Middle School student. Her kindness and positive attitude toward her peers is worthy of praise. She models the ways others should be treated through her actions and words, and she demonstrates consistent respect and concern for other students. She can be counted on to stand up for others and for what is right, yet remains humble and willing to serve others. Whether it is among other middle school students or adults, her character stands out in a crowd. Congratulations, Carly. And now we have Miss Emily Miller, who's in the 9th grade at BHP, Belton Honeypath High School. She is described as a natural leader who is more concerned for others than for herself. She encourages others in many different ways. A pat on the back or encouraging words, always being a positive influence on others. In her PE class, she not only helps others with differing abilities, but her general education peers as well, ensuring each student is included in different groups. Because she is generous in giving other students ideas on how to include students with different abilities, she has made this class truly inclusive for all. Congratulations. Okay. And now we're to District 3. And we have Colin Ware, who is an 8th grade Star Iva Middle School student. Colin goes above and beyond to make others feel welcome at Star Iva Middle School. He initiated a student ambassador program to welcome new students to the school and to make sure they feel comfortable in a new environment. A leader in the classroom, he impacts the lives of his teachers and peers every day by coming to school with a positive attitude and making people smile. His happy spirit is contagious and a welcome addition to Star Iva Middle. Congratulations, Colin. Mitzi Delgado is in the 12th grade at Crescent High School. Her description says that when you think of Mitzi Delgado, the first word that comes to mind is kind. You rarely see an unhappy look on her face, and never has she been heard uttering a negative comment about anyone. She encourages her classmates and goes above and beyond to be helpful to others. She gives hugs and smiles freely and expects nothing in return. While Mitzi rarely wants to draw any attention to her actions, she is known by all for her gentle spirit, her kind words, and her loving heart. Congratulations, Mitzi. District 4, we got them up here. Deshaun Johnson, 8th grade, Riverside Middle. Deshaun is described as mature well beyond his years. He is a steady, calm, centering presence in the classroom with a strong sense of perspective and prioritizes the needs of those around him. He adeptly recognizes when someone is upset and responds to remedy what he can. Additionally, he maintains an awareness for peers that struggle and is quick to support those who are different, are typically ostracized. He has a strong conscience and allows it to drive his social interactions. He is the consummate ally for everyone. Congratulations, Deshaun. Well, I got a flip too. All right, here we go. Quintieon Greenlee, 12th grade, Pendleton High School. Quintieon is a stellar student, a 3-sport athlete, and a model citizen. He gets along with students from every cross-section at Pendleton High. He is polite, kind, and friendly to all he encounters and is respectful of teachers, staff, and students alike. And I can tell you, for being in the serving line, I don't think he meets a stranger. He was very personable. Congratulations, Quintieon. District 5. We have A.J. Heaton, who is in the 8th grade at Glenview Middle. A.J. is described as a model student with many strengths, who treats teachers, staff, and fellow students with kindness and respect. He is a friend to all and has a gift of making others feel noticed and valued. Because he was born to a deaf mother, he learned American Sign Language at an early age and has used this knowledge to seek out and communicate in sign language with a hearing-impaired student at the school. By openly using this gift, he models acceptance of others and our differences. Congratulations, AJ. Paul Noble is an 8th grade McCants Middle School student. Paul is being recognized for his outstanding leadership and ability to include all members in a group setting. He is honest and assertive, but an excellent listener and respectful to others who may have a different viewpoint from his own. As a member of the Pro Team class, he has had opportunities to work with special needs students and takes genuine interest in their individual needs. He has been involved in creating group activities that the students would enjoy, always treating other students with fairness and understanding. According to one teacher, he takes initiative to partner up with my students and help them complete activities and make sure they feel included. Our kids love him. Congratulations, Paul. Josiah McKinney is in the 8th grade at Robert Anderson Middle School. This statement really gets my attention. Being in a very diverse environment is where Josiah thrives the best. He is able to read others, and this encourages him to include more people, help others in any way he can, and promote a healthy and friendly environment. Wherever he is, he shows the utmost respect for everyone in the room, displaying a warm smile and a supportive hand. He is a well-loved gentleman who puts his best foot forward to both model and promote acceptance of others. Congratulations, Josiah. Caden Weidman is in the 8th grade at the Southwood Academy of the Arts. Caden is an excellent example of a student who demonstrates inclusivity and acceptance of all people. He shows care and concern for his fellow classmates, teachers, and administration, going above and beyond to assist others who need help. Many times he has been observed lending a listening ear or offering encouraging words to a classmate. His determination, character, and academic achievements have established him as a student who stands out above the rest, and he has earned a special place in the heart of everyone he meets. Congratulations, Hayden. Julia Orr is in the 10th grade at Anderson 5 Charter School. Being involved in the arts myself, this description really touched me. Julia has had the privilege of spreading the message of acceptance, inclusion, and equality through the arts. During quarantine, she started doing regular charity cabarets to raise money to give to organizations, including the Trevor Project, the NAACP Legal Defense and Education Fund, the Organization for Autism Outreach, and many others. She has also been a part of many educational efforts that include topics of inclusion. She envisions a world where everyone belongs and challenges everyone to use whatever privileges and resources they have to benefit those who are marginalized and struggling to access the American dreams. Congratulations, Julia. We need more people like you. Our next recipient is Brix Powell in the 12th grade at T. Alabama. Briggs has distinguished himself by his many hours of service to the community. Through participation in Beta Club projects, mission trips with Covenant Baptist Church Youth Group, and many other ventures, he has had ample opportunities to promote human rights. His efforts with the Artisan Garden G Street project helped produce garden beds for the surrounding low-income neighborhoods. And during the peak of COVID-19, his participation in PlaySafe helped provide meals for frontline healthcare workers. His positive impact on the diverse populations within our community includes children as well. He has volunteered at both the Chick-fil-A Windshape camps and Kingsley Pines summer camps. His deeds serve as an example for all of us to follow. I'm rather tired just reading it. Congratulations. All right, Cole Dalton is in the 12th grade at Westside High School. Cole's personal drive, work ethic, and positive attitude have left a lasting impression on those around him. He has overcome tremendous adversity from a near-fatal car accident that has created some unique challenges, but it has also strengthened his determination and drive. He makes it a point to include and accept his fellow classmates. He shares his struggles so they don't feel alone in their hardships, encourages them to turn to the Lord and to embrace diversity and inclusivity. As an example, he and a visually impaired senior were paired in his physical education adapted mentoring class, where they are able to talk about the commonalities, including the therapies they have had. There's little doubt he will continue to be an advocate for inclusion and acceptance of all. Congratulations.